Let's get that. Oh, the rats have Christmas hats. Are you kidding me? We almost. Oh my god, half a heart champ. Here we go. Oh no. No, I'm so sorry. No. I want to see how much this hits for. Oh. Yo. Guys, I think we found it. Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Simply Modded. And on today's episode, guys, I am so freaking excited because not only are we going to A, make good on our promise from last episode where I said we're going to find a dope new spot to live, but B, which is a little bit arguably more important, we are going to be making possibly the most OP sword that we could possibly make. Or at least at this stage in the game. But yeah, honestly, there are so many scary mobs that it would just be incredible if we could just one-shot them. So that's the goal for today's episode. Find a new crib, make a new weapon, and not only that, but we are going to be learning a lot about a super cool mod called Tinker's Construct. And that's how we make all the custom weapons, and if we wanted to, custom tools. But I'm getting too ahead of myself. We have an entire freaking house to pack, and I'm not gonna lie, I think that we're gonna be able to fit every single one of our items into a quantum bag. Now you already know, once you start saying quantum in front of things are getting serious. So this thing requires a diamond, unfortunately, and 2 diamonds, unfortunately, but that's how we make the storage crate. And that is made with a gold storage crate, and that one is made with an iron storage crate, and then so on and so forth until we get to the base tier. So let's get crafting. And before we can do that, let's chop some trees because your boy does not have a wood farm. Or at least not yet. Alright, so 1, 2, bang. Now, I'm actually curious, how much does this hold? Jesus Christ. Alright, so these are pretty damn dense. I wish I would have checked how much the gold one had, but it says to mine it with a pickaxe, which is weird because it's made out of freaking wood, but oh well. Now, for the final piece of this, we need wool, and I don't think I have any. Alright, well, it turns out we only have one nearby local supplier, and he's a bit greedy and only gave me 1 piece of wool, so we're gonna find another way. And speaking of another way, come here, buddy. I need your eyeballs. Oh, I hate when they do that. Bro, this guy is... Let's go. Oh, whoa. Hey, we got a grass block. Dude, perfect. I've been looking for a block so we can patch this hole. There we go. Can't even tell there was a hole there. You guys are probably screaming in your chairs. I'm sorry. I don't think this is enough, fam. Oh, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's not use all of our string. That actually kind of hurt, but you know what doesn't hurt? Crafted a quantum bag. Now check this out. Boop. Look at how big this thing is. So yeah, we should be able to take all of our stuff and just throw it in here. So let's try it out. Oh my god. Let's keep it going. Dude. Literally magic. And oh, I actually really like how this model renders. Yo! It goes on our back! Dude! If you hold it in your hand, it's like all pretty, and it even looks big in like first person. But then, you scroll off of it, and look! Yo! What do I always say, guys? It's the little things, man. It's the little things. Oh, and by the way, you might have noticed that we have a little bit of nether cobalt, and yeah, that is some of the ores that is found in the nether, and we're going to be using that to make that really OP sword I was talking about. But that's later. First, we gotta move. And we'll take the bed because we need to be able to sleep. And to be honest, I'm gonna leave this cobble beam here just because, honestly, you know, good memories. Great memories. Alright, and just like that, we're on our merry way to the nether. Now, why are we in the nether, you might ask? Well, it's not because I didn't take that down. Because I did. We took down our little, like, pump setup, but what I wanted to do was, I wanted to fill this. The reason for that is because it's already right here, so we might as well grab some. It's always useful to have lava. What the hell is happening back there? What the heck? Oh! Okay, let's not dive. Alright, that was way too interesting to not look at, but we almost got killed for it, so let's get the hell out of here. Double check that we're not leaving anything, and nope, just junk. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, boys. I think I found it. Guys, I think we found it. Yes! Now, if you guys have been seeing the thumbnails, I've never actually found this biome in our survival world. I've only found this biome in our creative world. What's this biome called? Arkwood Forest, man. Tell me this isn't the most magical place for us to base our series out of. Come on. Come on. Just look at how mystical this place is. Honestly, I can't wait to start just completely deforesting. Okay, I'm sorry, Forest, my bad. We even got a cave entrance. I'm still— oh my god! Didn't even see that spider. I'm just gonna patch this up with some wood. And that is gonna be our new mine. You know why? Because this is our new home. Now let's see. Oh my god, this biome is huge. And it seems like there's a different biome this way. Let's go check that out. Dude, look at this biome. It has like a teal sky. Look, if we cross back, you'll see the difference. See? I kind of like this one more. But this is cool. Okay. Now that floating island above us might be an issue. I don't really want to have blue slimes just dropping down on us when we're building stuff, so... yeah, like that. Look at that. Look, I could... bro. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, that's no bueno. Wait, is this literally light? Oh, these actually give off light. Oh my god. That's so cool. Honestly, I feel like this is the best area. It has like a nice little openness to it. And although the slime island is a little bit closer than I'd like it to be, worst case, we'll just go up there and blow that whole thing up. Now, is this log useful? Let's check it out. So, blazing. Oh my god. Are they all gray on the inside? Or does the color matter? No. Can you strip these? Dude. That's so cool. You know what that means. Deforestation. Here's what I'm thinking we do. We just burrow into this side of the hill real quick. Something like that. Corner piece there. Corner piece there. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea where I was going with this. This looks terrible. You know what that means. Back to the basics. Now, as you can see, this might be a box, but it's a way bigger one. See, now this might give us a space that we actually need to get some stuff going. Oh my Jesus Christ! Bro, can you control your rats? And boom, home sweet home. Now look, I know that I said I was gonna find us a new home, alright? But I didn't say I was gonna build us a new home in this episode. So yeah, let's get to work. So I guess we'll bust open this side. And again, this is just a very rough layout of how I want things to be. I feel like it'd be nice if we had some dope stairs going up this way into our smeltery area. That's right. Let's jump into... wait a second. I just realized I never freaking introduced the Alright, so after that nice little intro, guys, today we are going to be hopping into this awesome mod called Tinker's Construct, which, as you can see, adds a ton of weapons and tools and stuff like that. And everything you see here is customizable. But it all starts with the basics. Now, the cool thing about this mod is that they actually have tons of little books that will tell you how the mod works with like beautiful like little overlays and stuff like that. So let's check this out. So this is the first book. It's called Materials and You. And in here, you know, there's introduction, tier 1 materials, tools, further reading, right? At the beginning, we can only make really basic stuff like swords, daggers, axes, whatever. We're not interested in that stuff. We're interested in the big boy stuff. So we're going to be skipping straight over this book. All right, buddy, you're getting too loud. That's why we need to be able to one-shot mobs. Now, it tells us that the next book is called Puny Smelting. And to craft it, it takes a book and some grout. And what's grout, you might ask? Well... grout is clay with sand and gravel. These are both the same recipe, it's just this one allows you to craft more at a time. Now, before I leave on a magical adventure, we need to put some chests down. Now, let's get to organizing. Alright, and some serious organization later, and we are good. Wait, actually, no, we're not. Yeah. All right, now after like 20 minutes of organizing, we're good. So on this side, I have all of our gems and metals and stuff. Over here is all our modded stuff. In here, we got all of our blocks. And over here is like wood / mob drops. Anyways, though, we are going to need a lot of sand and gravel and just clay and a whole bunch of stuff. So double shovel and sleepy time. And before we leave, let's go ahead and put a waypoint for our crib like over here. What the hell? See, that's why we put the wall. Look what comes out of that cave. Look at that. Yeah, that's right. Spawn them in the wall, loser. Well, what a beautiful sand island for us to just devour. Bro, again? Let's get that. Oh! Yo! The rats have Christmas hats? Are you kidding me? Alright, he gets to live. Alright, that seems like a good amount of resources. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, that looked like a lot more than what it was. Alright, now all we gotta do is survive the run home. Alright, so grout. Boom. That's actually a lot. Let's not make all of it. Let's do like that much. That's 2 stacks. Never mind, let's do all of it. Cool, so we'll take all of our clay, gravel, and sand, throw it in there. Man, I love having organized chests. That's a feels good, man. Yes, alright. Boom. And some grout, which that's annoying, but there we go. Puny smelting. Okay. So, the first thing that we're going to need to make is a melter, right? Now, this setup right here, if you're an OG modded player, you probably won't recognize this from Tinker's Construct, but before we can make the big ol' smeltery where we can like melt down metals and make custom weapons out of, we first need to make the basic version. It's called the seared melter. I'm going to put this on this side so we can keep a nice eye on it. And the way it's made is with seared bricks and one of these like fuel things, which is just glass and more seared bricks. Now, where do we get the seared bricks from? Grout. 1 grout equals 1 brick. So let's get to smelting. Now, to be honest, this is a bit slow and we have a lot of smelting to do. So this is faster than our furnaces, but not by much. We definitely need to upgrade that. But in the meantime, we can look at what else we need. So we are also going to need a way to pour the metals that we melt inside of this thing out. So we're going to need a faucet. So let's just grab that and work our way through. So we need a faucet. We're also going to need a casting basin. So this allows us to put things inside of it or pour things out into it. And don't worry, this is going to make a lot more sense once we have all the items out and about. Let's make that tank and the smelter. Oh, need more bricks. Boom, melter. And we also need a fuel source. Yeah, fuel tank, which need more bricks. Tank right there. Swag. All right, so we're just going to slap this thing right here. Put a casting table on this side, basin on this side, and we're going to slap our melter up here, all right? Put a fossil on it, faucet, and what this thing allows us to do is melt down metals. And the way that we do that is by giving it some lava, and would you look at that? We have lava. Bring in infinite source, nice and what the? Yo, bam, it's my house. Anyways, as I was saying, we make a nice infinite source here. Take this, slap it in there, and as you can see, this thing can hold like 4 buckets worth, but I'm not gonna fill it all the way up because we're not gonna use this much. All right, so now that we have that fueled up and ready to go, we're gonna go over here and we're actually going to grab one of these bricks and we're gonna melt one down. Oh, and also let's put one over here. And also you'll see that the ingot will be in there and then melt down. Now we have 1 seared stone ingot. Now check this out. This is actually pretty cool. So we go here, grab our paper, make another book, and now if we, let's sleep. We really don't want the forest filling up with mobs. Anyways, if we pour that stone onto this book, hey, we get the next book, which is called Mighty Smelting. So if we open this thing up, this is going to introduce to us the smeltery, right? Which the smeltery requires a smeltery controller. Now, if you're an OG, you already know the smeltery controller is what's going to make the big boy. But they changed how you make it. So now what you're supposed to do is you take 4 ingots, right, of copper and you throw them in here. Now this thing is very small. It cannot hold very much. And what we're going to make next is like a huge version of this. So we're going to melt down another one until we have 4 ingots. We can see in the book right here it says, using your melter, pour 4 ingots worth of copper on a heater to get your smeltery controller. So we just need to make a heater. And that's actually really easy. Go over here, grab these, Grab that. And this one we need the basin for. See, because if we put it up here, you can't pour stuff over this. But if we put it in here, it's a full block, and then we pour the 4 ingots worth, and then let it cool. Da-da-da! Smeltery controller. Now we can slap this thing down. Boom. And it doesn't do anything. And that's because this is our first multi-block structure. Now, what does that mean? Well, you're a smart cookie. It's a block that requires multiple blocks. Okay, anyway, we need more bricks. Grab that, and now, if we go ahead and just make oh my god, did I just... Oh, I thought I made the wrong block. That would have sucked. So we take these bricks, and we're going to fill out this little 3x3. And you can make this as big as you want. But to make a starter one, I'm just going to make the smallest size we can. And we need more. And the thing is, not all of these are supposed to be bricks. So we need a couple of more things. So first off, we need a fuel tank, which we could just take out of this one because we're not going to be using that one anymore. Boop. And actually, let's put this on the bottom. And that's pretty much all we need. Now we just got to close this thing up. And now that we add this, boom. That is a fully complete structure. And these blocks back here aren't actually there. It just sees this back here. And if we click it now, boom, smeltery. So as you can see, we have the same lava tank from before, but we have way more slots to put stuff in. And not only that, but once we finish this next layer, this side will expand to let us put even more stuff in it. But we're not done yet. We need to be able to get the liquids that are in there out. And for that, we are going to need to add a drain. So right here, it's really easy to make this. We just need some copper, make a drain, and this will allow us to pour whatever liquids are in there out. And to be honest, we're going to break this because realistically, we're just going to need the big one now. Oh, I just realized I should put this one more back. Okay, one sec, be right back. And you know what? Honestly, for symmetry's sake, we are going to put a tank on both sides. Whoa, no! Get that shit out of there. Don't melt that. Yeah, you can also just throw items in there and it'll actually like start melting them, but we don't want that. Put our drain over here. Ouch. Yeah, if you stand in there, you can also like get blood in this thing. Also, you can break every single block that is in this multi-block and you will not lose the ingots that are in here. However, if you break this one, that's the brain. If you get rid of it, nothing in there. Boom, boom, boom. And now, huge amount of inventory space, and more importantly, we are actually going to be able to pour those metals out to different sides. So if we go here, we'll be able to put our casting basin here, and I just realized that's a terrible spot for the tank. So we're gonna break that, put the casting table there, put a brick back there, and replace this with another tank, because there's not a specific order to this. Hey, just like that, now we have a working smelter where we can throw stuff into it. And guess what, guys? This thing is actually pretty sick. So you know how we have the pulverizer set up to double our ores? Well, if you melt down ores in here, let's take this stack of copper, throw that in there, all of this will start melting down, and it does consume lava. So the more, you're smelting and stuff like that, the more lava it will consume, but we're not too worried about that right now. Once that all melts, boom. So it says right here we have 4 blocks and 6 ingots. Well, the blocks, we can cast them in here, which, oh my god, tell me that isn't sick, guys. So once that cools down, we will get boop, a block of copper. And that can be used just like that. Now, if we look in here, we're not going to be able to get every single piece of copper out because we don't have an even amount. We have a block and 6 ingots left. So what we're going to do for now is just throw 3 more pieces of copper in there, melt that down just so that we can get the full block out. Now, I did have some copper in my inventory already, but if you didn't notice, that 21 ore gave us 42 copper because this thing is a ore doubler as well. And if you're going to keep an eye on it, it is much, much quicker than using a pulverizer with a redstone thing, or at least without upgrades. And you might be thinking, like, Fection, we already did ore doubling. Why are we doing it again? Well, this is simply modded, man. I'm trying to teach you guys not just one way of doing things, but multiple. And then from there, you guys can decide to do what you guys want to do. Now, the next thing is, how do we get ingots out of here? Well, if we throw a piece of gold in here, melt this down, just 1 ingot's worth, and then we don't need to use a different ingot, but I'm going to just for example's sake. We just take any ingot, let's say iron, and we go ahead and slap it over here, and then pour this gold over it, which this can only be done with gold. It will create and destroy our iron, but it will create, boop, an ingot cast. So now, if we just leave that in there and start to process the rest of our ores, let's say iron, throw that all in there, which again, we can make this bigger, so maybe we might do that. Ores get placed over here, and eventually they will shrink down and melt until, boop, they become molten iron. Now check this out. Of course, we have an even amount here, right, of 12 blocks, but now we can not only cast blocks, but ingots as well. And you know, it's a little bit realistic where these ingots are much faster to cool down than the block form. But look. Tell me that isn't sick. And again, this is doubling our ores. Now remember, the more you're using, the more lava will get consumed as well. So keep an eye on your lava. Now at this point, if you're not in love with this mod, you must be a psychopath, because this is one of the coolest Minecraft mods ever. Like, we literally are pouring and cooling down liquid metals, and it's just sick. Now you might be saying, man, Fection, this is really cool and all, but like, you have to stand there manually. As you can see, if you place a hopper, it removes items from here once they're done cooling. So we just take a chest and slap that bad boy right here. Now these will automatically come in here. And then the final step to automation is literally just boop, giving this a redstone signal. And now, as long as this faucet has a redstone signal, it will continue to pour. Watch this. Hey! How cool is that? Automatic smeltery. So now we can just sit back, relax, and watch all of our iron get turned into blocks. All right, now perfect. That is step 1. We got our smeltery built. But how do we go from this to the OP sword, right? Well, we're gonna need to build a couple of different pieces. So we're gonna need something called a part builder, right? Now this stuff is really easy to make. We just need wood and sticks. Now if we take this, we gotta make some patterns, and we're gonna make some extras of these because we're gonna use them later. Craft that. And what this is gonna allow us to do is, let's start putting all our tinker stuff over here. So if we put this in this corner, if we put a pattern in here, it'll let us pick the pieces that we wanna make. So let's say we wanted to make a broad blade, which, by the way, that's the first piece of our new sword. Now, I know that because I have a little bit of knowledge on this mod, but bear with me, you guys are gonna really clearly understand how this works. So we go here, and over here we can put whatever material we want to make it out of. But the thing is, you can't use metal in this like wooden table, right? This is too basic of a table. So what we can do is make it out of cobble. And if we pick a broad blade, we're going to see that this has a pattern cost of 8. So we need to put 8 pieces of cobble in order to get this. See, consumed 8 pieces of cobble and it made 1 stone blade. That's because this is a very heavy item. Obviously, a stone blade is not very good for damage or durability and things like that. But check this out, guys. Now that we're done with the iron, we can flick that off and we're gonna make another cast. So if we go in here, melt down another piece of gold, we're gonna take our stone broad blade, and then once this is melted, we're just gonna pour that ingot over this thing to create a cast. Now it does consume this, okay? So be mindful of what you're putting in here. But now we have a broad blade cast. So if I put this here and we have another piece of iron in there, you're gonna notice 2 things. One, when we pour this out, it doesn't fill it all the way up and it's not gonna start cooling down. Why? Because as we saw over here, this has a material cost of 8. So this piece, whatever we're going to use, we need 8 of it in order to complete the piece. Now, I could melt down more iron and slap it in here, but to be honest, we don't want to make this piece out of iron. So we're just going to break it, slap it back down, put our cast in, and we're good. Now, the next step is figuring out what pieces we need in order to make our sword. And in order to do that, we're going to need to make an anvil. And not the regular schmegular anvil that, we're used to over here, which is iron. No. We need to make a Tinker's Construct anvil, which, as you can see, there's a million different options. But what they have in common is that they are all some kind of alloy. What's an alloy? An alloy is pretty much a metal that you can only get by combining it with other metals. So we've already done things like Invar and Electrum last episode, but this episode I thought we could do something really cool, and we're gonna make a rose gold anvil. Now, in order to get blocks of rose gold, we're gonna need rose gold ingots, and to get ingots, through alloying, right, through Tinker's Construct, right, this is our smeltery, it tells us in a really nice overlay that 3 ingots of molten copper plus 1 ingot of gold will turn into 4 ingots of molten rose gold. So, we need 27 ingots worth of this stuff. So let's grab our gold, grab our copper, and let's get this thing on the road. Now remember, it is a 1-to-3 ratio, so this right here is going to give us 16 ingots. Go 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That right there will give us 24 ingots. 1, 2, 3, 1. So we throw all of these metals in here, and unfortunately, our smelter isn't big enough. Now, as you can see, we already have some molten rose gold in there, but there we have leftover gold and leftover copper. And that's because there's not enough of this stuff for it to combine at the right ratio. So this will just sit here until we put that in there. Boom. So now 3 blocks and 1 ingot. So we go over here, pour that out, get our ingot cast, pour that out there, and our first ingot of rose gold. You see what I'm saying? It's really easy to pick up on the mod once you get it going. And let's actually just flick our lever so the rest of this will pour out. All you gotta do is just play with it a little bit. And speaking of play with it a little bit, can you get the fuck out of my face, bro? So here we are with our final piece of rose gold, finally done. We can take that out, and we do have one leftover piece. Don't know what I'll do with it, so we'll just throw it in there so it can take up a lot of inventory. Now the other piece to it is that we need tinker stations, which, by the way, this is actually the simple version of the anvil. So we need 2 of them, but I want to show you guys what it looks like inside. So in here, if we, let's say, wanted to make a custom sword, it'll tell us the pieces we need. We need a small handle and 2 tool handles, right? But in here, you can see there's not that many options for tools. So if we take this, and I just realized it's nighttime, let's go to sleep. And it actually says that we need seared versions of them, which means we just got to set these on fire real quick. Now, I do know we could have made it this way, but I wanted to show you guys what the Tinker Station was, which, I mean, I guess I could have just made one, but oh well. Anyways, we now have our rose gold anvil. So we put this down. Bam. And now we have access to way more weapons, including the cleaver. The cool thing about this mod is that it does tell you like literally what everything is. So, sword, blah, blah. But the cleaver is a weapon for a smeltery master. High range attacks cut through the toughest of foes. Now, as you can see, it says that we need a large plate, 2 tough handles, and a broad blade. Now, all of these pieces can be made from different materials. Now, here's where things get interesting. We are going to be making our blade out of some dope-ass stuff. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a chest, slap this down here, and put all of our Tinker's stuff in here. Now, you might be wondering, Fection, how do I know what material I should be using? Like, what's the best stuff to use? Well, let's open the book. So if we go over here and look at our tier 3 materials, you're gonna see that each material has a durability, a mining level, how fast it can mine, how fast it can attack. Depending on the tool you're making, you'll be looking at one of these 2. Now, each material tends to have some kind of special thing to it. So for example, if you made it out of bronze, it would say tool mines faster when at higher durability. So that's called maintained. But unfortunately, the material that I want to use is not in this book. So let me actually see, how do we make the next book? Right here, Fantastic Foundry, Nether Grout. Needs soul sand, magma cream, and gravel. Okay, so we don't have any of those things, and we only have 8 obsidian to our name. So, misplay, we can't go to the nether. And a little bit of a teaser, we're going to be mixing this cobalt that I was talking about earlier with netherite, which is just super cool, but we can't get to the nether. So I think that means that I'm going to go down really quick into the depths of a mine, try to find some redstone and hopefully some obsidian. Wait a sec, am I stupid? I'm out here playing frickin' modded and I can't think of this, bro. Are you kidding me? Thankfully, I thought of this before going on a journey that we didn't have to go on. Man, I am so happy that we filled that tank up before we left, because, oh, that would have been annoying. And now I get to procrastinate mining even longer. And again, this is another temporary portal. We'll probably eventually make like a portal room and stuff like that, but for now, let's see what kind of spawn we can get. Hopefully a better one than last time. That last one was sketch. Oh my, Jesus Christ, don't blow up the portal. Bruh, chill! I just got here! Shit on, haha. Anyways, dude, this looks incredible. Holy crap. Let's see, did we get lucky and spawn near a fortress? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Now, cobalt seems to be pretty abundant here in the nether, so I'm not worried about collecting much more of it. But what we really need, oh, is food. Oh my god, I don't have any food. Oh, this is a problem. Oh wait, no, fam, it's down there. We almost, oh my god, half a heart champ. Here we go. Damn, bro, we need some magma slime. Oh my god, it's nighttime. We don't have animals or much food, really, so we're gonna have to eat some carrots. And, oh, actually, there's some cows in that direction. So maybe we'll work on that. Alright. Let's go, buddies. Oh, no. No! I'm so sorry! No! I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, he has half a heart. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. God, you cows are so smart. Let's go. Okay, all of these plants are good, I think. Yay! You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Now, that doesn't change the fact that we still need magma cream to make this nether grout, but thankfully, guess what? I already know what the material that I want to use is, and it is called manulin. Now, this stuff is dope. But in order to make it, which by the way, if you just click on the straight up molten version of it, it'll bring up this UI directly. As you can see, it takes 3 cobalt ingots to 1 molten debris ingot. We don't actually have to use the full-on netherite. The way that you get this stuff is literally just by throwing a piece of netherite scrap in, and that'll give you 1 ingot. If you throw a piece of ancient debris, that'll give you like a mix of different things, but that's not what we want. We want the full molten debris ingot. And you guys already know how to do this. All we gotta do is smelt this, and that's literally it. Now, before we go to the nether to, like, you know, go mine for cobalt, I'm just gonna start making the casts for, you know, the different things that we're gonna need. So let's make that tough handle and large plate. So we go here and tough handle, which has a pattern cost of 3. So 3 cobble will give us a tough handle, and boom. So you can go there. We'll start casting that. And we also need a large plate. And remember, if you run out of patterns, it's really easy to make this stuff. All you gotta do is do that. Throw some more in there. And large plate. So we need 8 for that one. So nice, that's already done. Slap that there. That'll fill up. And remember, you only need 1 piece of gold to make the cast, but to fill the cast, you need whatever the material cost is. Now, I want to show you guys the materials that we're going to use, because we're not going to make the entire thing out of manulin. Wait, Fection, that seems like that's the best material. Why wouldn't we make the whole thing out of manulin? Well, that's because we'll make the main parts out of manulin, but the simpler parts, we're going to make it out of different materials so that we can get some of those additional stats and effects that we were talking about earlier. So the pieces we're going to make out of manulin are the large plate for sure, and the blade itself, right? Because that shit is heat. But for the other pieces, we're going to use some very interesting materials. So we're going to grab some bones, and we need some netherrack. And I'm not going to go too far. I'm just going to grab some right here. Awkward. I just found out that in the new version of Tinkers, there is no netherrack rod, which means that I can't make the rod that I wanted to make. So let's improvise. What we can do is make the other handle out of bone. And you'll see that this has Fractured 1. What Fractured does, it pretty much adds an extra 1.5 of damage, and that's going to help us boost the stats right off rip for our weapon. So let me look through the book and figure out what we're going to make the rest out of. Alright, after much back and forth, I have decided we are going to go with basic cobalt for the handle, and that's because it's going to give us this thing called lightweight, which is going to allow us to attack faster. The biggest problem with the weapon that we're making, which is the cleave, is that it's a little bit slow to attack. So if we make the handle out of cobalt, it should help alleviate some of that issue. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear my inventory, head to the nether, and we're going to go get some netherite. We're gonna go upwards, and unfortunately up is a bajillion miles worth of lava, so let's try to get under that lake. Okay, I think we are under the lava lake now, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what level this stuff spawns at. Oh, no, that's blackstone, damn it. Now I'm just gonna straight up strip mine for the next 10 years, get all the ancient debris that we need, and also hopefully find a fortress while we're at it. Let's go! Okay, wait, hold on. Hopefully it's multiple, because we need... I did the math and we need 4 pieces. Damn it. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. Yeah! Let's go! The final pick! Let's go! Holy crap, fam. Do you understand how far I had to go for that? Let me explain something to you guys. Brother! Brother! You can see our freaking tunnel all the way to here. Jesus Christ, bro. What? And it's still nighttime? I was really hoping to come back in the daytime. Level up in my sleep. Built different. I'm not going to throw away all this netherite because it might be useful in the future. And now we're going to take this 4 ancient debris that we have and take it to the furnace. And we also, I'm pretty sure, have just enough cobalt to get this done as well. But worst case, this is really easy to get. Keep in mind that each one of these ores is 2 of the cobalt ingots because this thing doubles ores. Grab this for netherite. So we could either make 1 netherite ingot or we could get some swag going. So we're going to melt these 4 down. Not enough heat to melt this item. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. I just realized we have a humongous problem. So, this is not going to melt in here because in order to melt ancient debris, I didn't realize we need a foundry. And it needs to be melted in blazing blood. So we need to melt down... What the... Damn. Yeah, that island's got to go. Congratulations, buddy. You just got your entire family killed. Let's keep talking about this. So we need blazing blood, and we need to put it inside of a foundry. Now, the foundry, to be honest, not too bad. We just need to make some scorched bricks, which is the nether grout stuff, which is soul sand, magma cream. This is not too bad. The problem, realistically, is getting this blazing blood, because we're going to need to set up some kind of way to get blaze into a smeltery, kill them, and then that will turn into blazing blood. But yeah, that's a pretty big project, which I guess means that rather than making the 2 biggest parts out of manulin, we are going to make them out of cobalt. Which, you know what, I actually kind of like that, because the whole point of the Tinker's Construct mod is that they want you to feel like, you know, you're working your way up and working through the tiers and stuff like that. And we were just about to jump straight into the tier 4 materials, and I'm kind of glad that you can't just go straight to the top of the game. That just gives us more stuff to look forward to. So in the meantime, we're going to use cobalt and make the best sword that we can. Take our freaking netherite back, which I'm so angry about. We didn't even need this stuff. But whatever. Fine. Lesson learned. So right off rip, we need 8. Remember, this equals 16 cobalt. 8 for this piece and 8 for this piece. So let's get ready to start casting that. And by the way, if you have multiple fluids in here, the way you know what's the next thing to pour is you can like see the liquid right there. So now we're going to pour all of that out. Nice. And we're going to have 8 left. So that'll be in there. Beautiful. It's going to take a little bit to harden because remember, this is a big piece. But that's our blade. Nice. Put this one on and cast this piece. Nice. And we also... Oh, this one only costs 4. Okay, that's good. Well, that means that we have enough to do this and have 1 left over. Yup. So now we take this, get into our fancy anvil, cleaver, boom, 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 boom. Cobalt cleaver. Let's go! Now, I thought you could change the name here, but I guess not. Anyways, boop. Now I'm not gonna lie, this sword is literally huge. Look at this thing. Oh my god. You know what this looks like? This kind of looks like, not color-wise, but shape-wise, this kind of looks like Cloud Sword, which is pretty sick. So this thing says right here that it does 10.75 damage, which means this does about 5 hearts worth. So we can one-shot cows, so that's pretty good. A netherite sword does 8 attack damage, and this does 10.75. So already, with no upgrades, better than a netherite sword. And of course, that's without even critting. And you know what? While we wait for it to get to nighttime, we might as well make a freaking pick, right? Like, we have the extra cobalt, and we have the anvil, so let's see, what does it take? Tool handle, tool binding, and a pickaxe head. Tool binding, pickaxe, and a handle. And also, I know I could, like, make it out of, like, other different things, but to be honest, I don't really care too much about this. It's just a pickaxe. Now, the cool part about Tinker's tools is that you can upgrade them. So, first thing we're going to upgrade is our sword. And here's the thing. If we want to upgrade this thing, we can go ahead and put it in here and then add quartz to it. And you're going to see that we're adding sharpness to it. And the first level requires 36. So we just boom, 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 boom. Grab that. Bang. Now it does 12.25. Second level is another 36. Don't have too much quartz, but we might as well level this thing twice just to make it as OP as possible. So we grab this, bang. Now it's level 2, and we can't upgrade it any further yet until we actually level it up. How do you level it up? By using it. Also, you can see that the artwork of our sword updates with like any modifiers that we put on it, and there is a whole bunch of modifiers. And for comparison, this is what we were using before. So we'll put this in our offhand. So look at his health bar. He has 10 hearts. Hit him. 4 freaking attacks, right? And if we crit them every single time, it's 3 attacks. With this one, though, look at how much stronger that is. I want to see how much this hits for. Oh! Yo! We can one-shot these guys. Let's go! How much damage is this doing, by the way? Yeah, 13.75. So if we hit a perfect crit... Oh, we can one-shot mobs. Let's go! Dude, who needs Manulin? This thing is OP as hell. Yeah, that's another thing, by the way. This cleaver also gives us a higher drop chance for heads. Shut up. Dude, I'm not even scared of mobs anymore, like at all. Shut up. Dude, we're just too OP, bro. Let's go. What about you, bitch ass? Come here. Shut up. Shut up. Oh. See, you do have to let it charge all the way up, though. If not, wait. Bitch. 2-shot him. Let's go. Dude, I'm actually so hyped. I wasn't expecting it to already be like one-shotting. But guys, we can make this sword even better. We can add upgrades to it. We can add sharpness, looting. And of course, you know, it's not through enchantments. It's through upgrades. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Simply Modded, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Where, to be honest, I don't know what we're going to be doing, but it's going to be lit. Hopefully it involves a house, because, yeah, I don't feel really safe right now. Anyways, though, it's been your boy Fection, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.